Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
Hello, everybody. This is HQ in the house. We still under the weather there, but we are trying to make it happen. Today is the day, or the show is regarding the state of mind of our president, Donald J. Trump, because he always puts indicators on his True Social post. So I like to go through his post and see what he is thinking when he does it, right? It's amazing. Sometimes it's amazing that this president never seems to take accountability for any of his actions or anything related to him. It's always outstanding news, right? It's always outstanding, and we're always surprised at the things that happen, right? But I only go back a week, so I didn't go any further than a week back for his post, right? But for his post, he really started posting this stuff right here. This is what happened to the Lincoln bathroom. He said, I renovated the Lincoln bathroom in the White House. It was renovated in the 1940s in an Art Deco green. This green right here. Green tile style, which was totally inappropriate, right? He says it's inappropriate for the Lincoln era. I did it back in the black and white polished statuary marble. This was very appropriate for the time for the Abraham Lincoln, and it could be the marble that was originally there. That's wild. That bathroom has been there since in 1940. So this bathroom is like 80 years old. You just took a sledgehammer and just said, forget it. I ain't gonna keep it. You made God. What is with this obsession with gold? I don't understand what's going on here. Look at this is gold. Look at this bathroom. Look what was done to the bathroom. This is what he felt like putting up. This is what he felt like putting up to be in the house, to be in the White House. He thought all of this was appropriate. All of this was appropriate. He just said to hell with it. I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm going to put what I want to put. I swear to God, I'd have freaked the hell out if this would have had Donald J. Trump on it. So this is what he thought was a good idea to put in the bathroom. I just inspected the construction on the Kennedy Center. Kennedy Center must be some kind. It really is looking good. The exterior columns were in serious damage or corrosion if something weren't different. Who made him get on top of doing this? Who told him it was appropriate to start refinishing all of these things? I don't understand what's going on. So here we got Donald Trump. When we get into the nitty-gritty of what's been going on around the world, right? Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. But the thing is, it's not about Christians. This is a different reason for the killings. Sure, it's Muslim and killings in the region. That's the basic religions that are in the region. It's not a matter of them just hurting Christians. They are two different factions that are in the country. It's not because of Christianity. It's because they're just two different factions. Has nothing to do with the Christianity. Some of it may have, but not the bulk of it. At least that's the reports. It's not because it's Christian. He's framing it as though it's a Christian thing. He says, radical Islamists are responsible for this massive slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern, but that is the least of it. When Christians or any group is slaughtered like it's happening in Nigeria, really? Now you want to fight? What about Palestine? That's all I'm saying. What about Palestine? When Christians or any such group is slaughtered like it's happening in Nigeria, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing, and able to save our great Christian population. So, if it's a genocide, you won't worry about a genocide. What about Palestine? See, this is the hypocrisy that I have, the problem I have with this president. You'll rush all over the world to do whatever you got to do with other things, except you won't save. See, we used to get involved in foreign wars, right? To save the little guy. We used to get involved in foreign wars to save the little guy. Nobody said anything about Christians' lives don't matter. Don't start that bullshit. But he ain't over there trying. But he ain't. When was Palestine a country? That's the problem I have with this president. You're overlooking what happened in Rwanda. You overlooked what happened in Palestine. You overlooked all of these. You're still overlooking these things. Yet the minute somebody says anything about a Christian, you want to go and help. Stay your motherfucking ass over here. Don't send us over nowhere to help nobody do nothing. The American agenda needs to be first. Okay? No, I'm not answering your dumbass question because it's a dumbass question, Wolves Lair. It needs no response. I don't need a response. I don't need to give you a response. You're a zombie. That's wild. So my whole thing is leave these other countries alone. Don't worry about these other countries. Worry about what's happening here in the United States. Then his next post, he did the Christianity. Thousands of Christians are being killed. And then the very next post, our government lawyers do not think we have the legal authority to pay the SNAP with certain monies we have available. And now 2 courts have issued conflicting opinions on what we can and cannot do. But you guys put it in place. You guys put in place these monies. Okay? These guys put this money in place in order to pay just such a contingency, right? So we knew it was a lie the minute he said it, because Marjorie Taylor Greene is the one that spilled the beans on y'all's ass. She mad because Donald Trump told her not to run for the Senate. Donald Trump told her, sit your ass down. You ain't running for the Senate. And now she been on a rampage ever since, telling all the business. She said, y'all got money to give for food stamps. Y'all just don't want to do it. Talk to your own girl. He says, I do not want Americans to go hungry just because the radical Democrats refuse to do the right thing and reopen the government. Therefore, I have instructed our lawyers to ask the court to clarify how we can legally fund SNAP as soon as possible. You a lie. That's all you had to do was release it. You a lie. It is already delayed enough due to the Democrats keeping the government closed through the monthly payment date. And even if we get immediate guidance, it will unfortunately be delayed while states get the money out. If we are given the appropriate legal direction by the court, it will be my honor to provide the funding, just like I did with military and law enforcement. We already know. The Democrats should quit the charade where they hurt people for their own political reasons and immediately reopen the government. If you use SNAP benefits, call the Senate Democrats and tell them to reopen the government. We already know that the court said, get that money to them people. And we also already know, because of Marjorie Taylor Greene, that y'all had the money anyway. So we already knew you was lying right here. We already knew there was money. Okay? We already knew there was money to be gotten. You just didn't want to give it. We got it. We understand Marjorie Taylor Greene. We don't like her much, but we understand what she's saying. Okay? She ain't bullshitting with y'all no more. Soon as Donald Trump told her she couldn't run, she was done with his ass. She was done with Donald Trump. She done with the GOP for real. She got her job. She running for the next job. Then I ran up on this. You know, they knew each other a long time ago. They knew each other since she was a kid. They knew each other. So they put everybody in position. Everybody being put in position for certain things. Not that she's saying go over there and give Charlie your snatch. That ain't what they said. What they said was, let me introduce you to a nice young man. He was younger than her. Younger than her. She knew Trump a long time. Y'all better stop playing. She was already there. How you got this kind of relationship with somebody and you didn't even know him? She knew him. She been known him. And you already know Trump is a fucking degenerate. So you already know he did something inappropriate already. We already know that. She just seemed fake to me. She just seemed like she's fake. I can't do it with her. I'm sorry. I can't do it with her. I just can't. Right? Okay. So I'm still scrolling, right? I'm still scrolling. Then I get to Letitia James. I get to Letitia James. So this is the Attorney General, Letitia James. Okay. This is Letitia James. And she is the lady who prosecuted Donald Trump. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Let me get this right. Letitia and do for okay. She is the one who prosecuted Donald Trump. Okay. For what the hell did she prosecuted him for? She prosecuted him for financial fraud. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. She is the one who got those 35 felonies on Donald Trump. She's the one who got the felonies put on Donald Trump. That's how he has Donald Trump. That's how he has the felonies. And only goofies like Magic City Music, Zombie, he's the only one. This is why he has the felonies. She's the only one, I think. Civil lawsuit, 2022. Another lawsuit. Alleged 200 instances of misleading asset valuation. Restrictions on Trump's business activities in New York. She's the one. So what was the ending point? Trump's liability for fraud in New York has been upheld by the appellate court. The nearly $500 million judgment was struck down in excessive last August. Okay. But he still has those felonies. Well, I don't know nothing about civil or whatever. I only know you got felonies. So she's the only one who gave him the felony, the felony. It ain't no fake felony, zombie. Those felonies are not fake. Y'all zombies. How y'all think felonies is fake? I don't know. That's one. They honestly think that shit. I can't with y'all. Y'all make me laugh, I swear. Some of y'all make me laugh like it ain't shit. I swear to God. Fake felonies. When the hell did that start happening? Okay, so this is what happened. Because she got salty, right? Because he got salty that she was the only one to put the charges on him, and they stood, right? And they stood. She has been federally She has been federally indicted on mortgage fraud, right? To which she pleaded not guilty. The charges are October 2025 on one count of bank fraud, one count of making false statements to a financial institution. She said because she got a mortgage rate lower than what she normally would have got if she would have claimed it was a business property. Her family lives in the house, and that's why there is no case. But hey, they got to go through whatever they got to go through. Her legal team is seeking to have the case dismissed, arguing that the prosecution is politically motivated, which it is, and an act of vindictive and selective prosecution by the Trump administration, which it is. They also challenge the legality of the interim U.S. attorney, Lindsay Halligan, incompetent young chick who came up here trying to make a name for herself but can't argue no case. Crazy. Sitting in the third chair. She ain't sitting in the first chair arguing. She's sitting in the third chair because she don't know what she doing. A recent judge denied the motion of James' team to force prosecutors to log all their media communications. That's just so they wouldn't talk to the outside media. Ain't no big deal, right? So, how is she looking at? Okay, so what happened? She's saying they're seeking vindictive and selective prosecution. Okay, political motivation. James's lawyers argued that the indictment is politically motivated, stemming from her high-profile civil. Yeah, it's civil. Somebody said it was civil in the comments. Civil fraud lawsuit against Donald Trump and an organization in which she won a significant judgment against Donald Trump. Sure, I need mental help. Y'all wild. You zombies are wild. Trump's public demand. They highlight President Trump's repeated public statements and social media posts, including a post in which he explicitly demanded that the Attorney General prosecute James. Okay. Unlawful appointment of Halligan. The defense is challenging the legality of the interim U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, Lindsay Halligan, who brought the charges. The poor child just got caught up. You let Donald Trump catch your ass up. Just dumb. You know you ain't supposed to be on the case, but you on the case anyway. And selective prosecution. James's team argues that she has been singled out. Letitia James has been singled out for scrutiny while the Justice Department has ignored apparent inconsistencies. Yeah, a little bit. In the mortgage records of numerous other public officials who engage in similar conduct suggest an unfair targeting based on her political stand. So her hearing, Letitia James's hearing, is scheduled for December 5th, 2025. So 9 times out of 10, she's going to win getting that Halligan kicked off. because James Comey did the same thing. James Comey filed a lawsuit too. That James Comey is following right behind Letitia James in this lawsuit, saying this is vindictive prosecution, and more than likely they're going to win. The next hearing is December 5th, so we will await what's going on. But we also know that this president is petty and vindictive and just an overall child. So we're going to see what happens with this case. But so he was so bothered by it, he got it all on his True Social page. This is a big old picture of True Social page. You already said that you trying to attack her. You already said that you was trying to attack her so that you can get her out of the way. Yeah, that drain her pockets. Yeah, she's a experienced prosecutor. I don't think they're gonna do that to her. She's what is it? She's representing herself, I think. Okay, Seth Meyers. This is the one about the free speech. Okay. Where did that happen? Letitia James saying her father was her husband in those papers. Okay, so Seth Meyers of NBC may be the least talented, person to perform live in the history of television. So he's still going after live entertainers at night. Okay, he's still going after live entertainers. He went against Seth Williams. He may be the worst to perform live or otherwise. See, what the MAGA nuts don't seem to understand is this is the hate speech they keep saying they don't like. All of this is the hate speech. Okay? All of this is the hate speech. And they don't seem to see that this is all hate speech from their president. He's just a shitty person, y'all. He said, I watched his show the other night, okay, for the first time in years. In it, he talked endlessly about electric catapults on aircraft carriers, which I complain about, and has not been good as much less expensive steam catapults. He said he got no talent, no ratings, 100% anti-Trump, which is possibly illegal. Lord have mercy. Leave them late night talk show hosts alone. You got other fish to fry. He don't never be. This is the hate speech. He don't never have fish to fry. Other fish to fry. He just be doing some bullshit. Just be talking for no reason. Then we get to, what day is this? We get to November 1st. Okay, this is number 1st. Or retweet or something. November 1st. When is November 1st? When was November 1st? November 1st was like Sunday or Monday or Saturday. No, anyway. It says, remember, Republicans, regardless of the Schumer shutdown, the Democrats will terminate the filibuster the first chance they get. You're the goofy asking them the Republicans to get rid of the filibuster. You're the one who's asking the Republicans to get rid of the filibuster. What is he talking about? Remember, Republicans, regardless of the Schumer shutdown, the Democrats will terminate the filibuster the first chance they get. They will pack the Supreme Court, pick up 2 states, and add at least 8 electoral votes. Their 2 objectives are gone. Don't be weak and stupid. Fight, win, win, win. We will immediately end the extortionist shutdown, get all of our agenda passed, and make life so good for Americans that they get deranged. Democrat politicians will never again have the chance to destroy America. Republicans, you will rule the day that you didn't terminate the filibuster. He said, Republicans, you will rule the day that you didn't terminate the filibuster. See, they don't want to terminate the filibuster because they already know if they terminate the filibuster, the Democrats is going. Okay? The Democrats is definitely going. I'm all for it because Republicans don't never. Yes. He asks the Republicans to do it right now to stop the shutdown. He's just asked them to do it now. So he's asking them to do it now, Black America. Y'all don't keep up with none of this, I swear. Y'all don't keep up with none of this, I swear. Go back, go. I don't even, no, I'm not even going to do that. Y'all zombies. You're just zombies. If you don't know, he asked them to get rid of the filibuster. He asked the Republicans to get rid of the filibuster so that they can get on with the shutdown. Goofy. That's why. No kidding. Yeah. So why are you asking? Why are y'all asking about? He's talking about when the Democrats. Of course, the Democrats will get back in power if they don't have a majority. 9 times out of 10, they probably won't use it, but they may use it. If you use it, then why wouldn't they use it? It's a tool in the damn toolbox. Wow. Of course. And it's only been used twice. Harry Reid, who was a Democrat, and Republicans in 2017. Okay? So, it's old news already. That's the whole point. The whole point is to read the social post, ding dong. So, we know that they don't want to use that filibuster. So, they're not trying to do that, bust up the filibuster. They're not trying to do that. Okay? But, it's a tool in their arsenal if they want to do it. Okay? There it is. Because of the fact that the Democrats have gone stone cold crazy, the choice is clear. Initiate the nuclear option. Get rid of the filibuster and make America great again. Yes, Donald Trump asked the Republicans to get rid of it first. Then he got this next message that y'all ran into. Yeah. There you go. So it was all them. Okay. Remember the Schumer shutdown? We heard that. Okay. Some congratulations. Then we go on. He pictures it. He posts another picture of him getting shot, which is wild. That's Roger Stone with his goofy ass. Let's see. Here he is. California sheriff explains how Gavin Newsom steals elections. Wow. Okay. How Gavin Newsom steals elections. Now, I tried to find this video, and that's not what this video says. Let me see.
It's structured. We see quite a few flaws. You're able to register even if and cast a vote if you don't live in the country, as evident of his brother in Pakistan. And I think we have some evidence of 2 or 3 other people out of the country that voted. Is that correct?
Yeah, approximately 2 or 3 other people out of the country, as well as people residing outside of the district.
Okay. The online voter registration system, it seems to be an honor system. Anybody can put information in there to register to vote. All you have to do is click a box and say that you're not lying, and then you'll get an email from the Secretary of State or something in the mail saying, thank you for registering to vote. And there you are. Once you're on the voter rolls, anytime an election comes around, guess what? You get mailed a ballot, right? You get mailed something to vote. So we found that a little bit problematic.
Yeah, a person can register online, but when you show up to get your you show up to register and back to register to vote, you have to present evidence that you are who you say you are. Okay? You have to register, you have to do that. It's the same process everywhere. So it's the same process, not necessarily as specific as that. Online registration, but you also have to show proof when you get into the vote, when you get to the voting place. They take pictures, they do everything of your ID. They look at your ID, they match up your word, the name, the address, and all of that stuff. It's a little bit more sophisticated these days. I don't know, but you ain't nobody walking in no fucking. This some dumb shit. I'm an illegal alien, and so I want to vote so goddamn bad. I'm going to take the chance that I'm going to go to a goddamn voting booth to vote. I'm going to take the chance to go into a voting booth and get caught lying about some goddamn voting, which don't make or break nobody, which is the dumbest shit ever. I'm not even going to take this shit seriously. Move on. We ain't even finna vote, make that shit seriously. What he said is true. You have online voting, but ain't nobody showing up in no fucking booth just to vote. And they illegal alien. They stay away from the fucking law. Are you nuts? Now we get to this tariff. This is about the tariff. Next week's case on tariffs is one of the most important in the history of the country. Okay. If a president is not allowed to use tariffs, we will be at a major disadvantage against all other countries throughout the world, especially the majors. And you know what? This is the weird part right here. If Donald Trump, if the court struck down all his goddamn tariffs, that would make the country, that would help straighten out the economy. The economy would straighten itself out if he got rid of the tariffs. But people are reacting to the tariffs here, there, and everywhere. And that shit is what is making the market volatile. If the court said you can't do tariffs, it's over. You know why he has a tariff limit? Why is that tariffs? Okay. The court case that was brought up against Trump it's a Supreme Court case. The case is titled Learning Resources versus Trump. It's called Learning Resources versus Trump. Small businesses brought the lawsuit against Donald Trump for these tariffs. Okay. They're challenging the tariffs. Okay. The defendants are Donald J. Trump and the U.S. government. Okay. The law in question is the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977. What's being challenged is whether the EEPA authorizes the president to impose these broad tariffs by declaring a national emergency as Donald Trump did. Are they legally viable to do that? If that authority is found in the statute, whether the statute constitutes an unconstitutional delegation of legislative powers, because we know that only Congress should be able to authorize tariffs. Why it matters and why they want to consider it illegal, there should be a separation of powers. If the executive can impose tariffs unilaterally, that shifts the legislative power to the president instead of keeping it with the Congress where it's supposed to be. Congress is the only one that is supposed to do all of that. Congress is the only one that's supposed to be levying tariffs. Yeah. No, they've gotten Congress permission. This president has not, Wolf Slayer. Okay, so a ruling here will shape future trade policy, whether or not presidents can use emergency powers for broad economic tariff action. He's the only one who has done that. Stop lying, Wolf Slayer. Tariffs are a tool of revenue. If the power is invalidated, it limits the tools available for trade maneuvers. The plaintiffs, these small businesses, said for whom the tariffs can be devastating. This aligns with the interest in how policy affects smaller players, not just the big players. They're saying he can't keep doing this. Various tariffs were imposed by the Trump administration. The Liberation Day tariffs are the particular example, sweeping import duties across many countries. Lower courts have already said this use of the tariffs does not clearly authorize powers. Now it's before the Supreme Court. They started hearing oral arguments this week. And the court has already said, or court has already expressed, that these tariffs are illegal. They have already expressed skepticism about the oral arguments. Yeah, like extortion. That's what it said. It said the oral arguments about whether the statute covers tariffs and whether the emergency invoke qualified. Yeah, he's using it like extortion. I get it. We get it. It's just goofies in the chat don't get it. Goofies in the chat don't get he's using it as an extortion tool. Not a real tool, an extortion tool. Pay me this money, otherwise I'm going to put 75% taxes on your ass. It's an extortion tool. Goofies don't see this is the most corrupt president ever. Shitty human being. Just a shitty human being all the way around. In the true sense, we would be defenseless. Tariffs have brought us great wealth and national security. No, it hasn't. It's rocked the goddamn community. It's rocked the goddamn economy. In the 9 months that I have had the honor to serve as president, the stock market has hit all-time highs many times during my short time in office. We know why the stock market has hit all-time highs. Because you've been lying to the public, but you've been letting your goofy rich friends take advantage of the stock market and those announcements that you're making. We already done found out that you're manipulating the markets when you tell people you're going to put tariffs on this, tariffs on that, take tariffs off that. We already know but we can't prove it, but we know it's to be true. All right, and I told you, Wolf's Lair, stop talking to me. You're a zombie. You don't listen to nothing anybody say. You're a zombie. You could find this stuff out if you looked. Yet, he been doing market manipulation. Yes, he has. That's definitely what he been doing. Manipulating the markets. That's how his rich friends been making money. Okay. He said, our recent successful negotiation with China and many others put us in strong position only because we had tariffs with which to negotiate fair and fair. If you tell me you're going to put 30, if I don't have no tariff on you and you put a 50% tariff on me, 9 times out of 10, that person going to come back and say, oh, wait a minute, hold on. You ain't had no tariffs on me now. Now you want to put a tariff on me? Yeah. The Trump administration say, yeah, you going to pay me. I wonder if all that money is, I wonder if he getting money under the table. I want to know, is this president getting money under the table somehow, some way? But then again, yes, he is, because he got these goofies buying his crypto weirdo stock. Yeah, that's right. He got them buying his coins and his clothes, and I bet you half of y'all been buying his stuff, buying all that goofy shit that he put up there. Stealing big, he making them all buy his shit. I just know that the crypto stuff, I know he been making them buy his crypto shit. Now, what? I will not be going to the court on Wednesday, in that I do not want to distract from the importance of this decision. It will be, in my opinion, one of the most important and consequential decisions ever made by the United States Supreme Court. Selling Bibles and miracles. Shut up. Of course he is. And they buying it too. They in here caping. Do you see these people in here caping for the rich man? Do you see these poor people in the chat caping for a rich man? Yes, because my voice is going away, Osgood. So, if we win, we will be the richest, most secure country anywhere in the world by far. How is it that we the richest country in the world and we can't feed our poor people, house our elderly, house our veterans, and house our homeless? How are we the richest country in the world? Anyway, if we lose, our country could be reduced to almost third world status. Pray to God that doesn't happen. You see, this is why. It's wild. He's enriching himself. But hey, when you got goofies believing everything, you got goofies believing everything, right? So there ain't nothing to be. You just got goofies believing everything. Okay? They believe everything. So you can't tell them the truth. They don't want to hear it. All they want to do is hear what they want to hear. That's why it's a zombie. Okay? That's why they called zombies. Let me see. What is this? Oh. Yeah, you're a zombie too, Wolf Slayer. Stop it. Hold on. Let me get to the next one. Okay, so all this time he has been somebody been tweeting on his posts. All of these congressmen, they've been tweeting on his thing. So then he gets here to terminate the filibuster, not just for the shutdown, but for everything else. We will get all of our common sense policies approved, voter ID, and make America great again. Remember, the Democrats will do it immediately as soon as they get the chance. Our doing it will not give them the chance. Republicans, be tough and smart. The Dems are crazed lunatic. Of course we crazed lunatic. We got goofies in the chat calling me names. That's how I know that y'all zombies. That's how I know this is zombie town. So he's calling them names, and you over here calling Democrats names. Y'all all zombies. So the Dems are crazed lunatics. Of course we're crazed lunatics. Of course we are. Of course we are. They will not open up our country no matter how many people are irreparably harmed. It's wild. Just a goofy. I never got behind this president because I never could stand all of this negative shit. I don't like this. Hate Democrats. They goofy. They lefty. They Marxist. I don't like negative people at all. Calling people names. This, that, and the third. Every time you turn around and calling somebody a name, a leftist, a Marxist, all this goofy stuff. Nothing but hate out of this president. Let me see. He was tweeting all day. But he was talking about the filibuster. He was talking about the filibuster before the election. But we get to the election day. That's where I'm finna get to, the election day right now. But somebody been tweeting on his account, Congressman this, Congressman that. It didn't do you no good because nobody, not one Republican, I don't think, won nothing all the way across the board. Not one even flipped seats. It's the rich against the poor, but these goofies over here caping for rich men. They over here calling people names for a rich man. The rich man, they doing exactly what the rich man. They caping for the rich man. That's wild to me. That you caping for a rich man. Let's see. This is wild. Make America great again. We ain't made it great yet. It ain't great yet. We ain't seen it yet. And the way it's going, we ain't gonna see it. It's too wild. Okay, now we get to let's see. Yeah, shut up, zombie. Stop it. That's zombie talk. It's been debunked, Sharon Andrew. It's been debunked. And only a zombie will continue to make the damn case about illegals getting health care. We already know about them going to the hospital, zombie. We already know about that. That's not Democrats fighting for illegal health care. That's not just goofy. It has been debunked. I just told you why it's not true. I just told you why it ain't true. The only way illegals can get any kind of medical treatment is through a hospital that ain't giving them Medicaid, Medicare, or nothing else. What are you talking about? All this week they've been talking about getting kicked off your health care, your premiums rising, your subsidies going away. And you still on that goofy track about illegals. It's not about illegals. Stop talking to me, Black Wolf. Stop talking to me. Y'all goofy. Do your research. Anyway. Here it says. Let me see. Whoa. Okay, wrong thing. Sorry. Wrong thing. Hold on. Oh, okay. Shoot, I went too far. We get to the so many. Oh, okay, here we go. So many fake polls are being shown by the radical left media, all slanted heavily towards Democrats and far left wingers. In the fair polls and even the reasonable polls, I have the best numbers. No, you don't. No, you don't, Orange Thug. You are 37. You're way underwater. 37. You're way underwater. Okay? You're way underwater. Live with that shit. You're way underwater. Okay? I have the best poll numbers. I've had the best poll numbers I've ever had, and why shouldn't I? I ended 8 wars. Lying. This man can't help himself. This man can't help himself. Created the greatest economy in the history of our country. Is he crazy? Kept prices, inflation, and taxes down? I don't think so. I don't think so. And setting standards for the right track, wrong track. For the future, USA. Fake news will never change. They are evil, corrupt. But as I look around my beautiful surroundings, I say to myself, oh, look, I'm sitting in the Oval Office. Yes, you are. And you're still a shitty human being. That's fucked up. You're in the best place in the world, most secure place in the world, and you're a shitty human being. Life is wild. Shitty human being. Then he goes off like this. Just wild. If communist candidate Zoran Mamdani wins the election for mayor of the New York, it is highly unlikely that I will be contributing federal funds other than the very minimum as required to my beloved first home because of the fact that as a communist, this once great city has zero chance of success or even survival. It can only get worse with a communist at the helm, and I don't want to send as president good money after bad. It is my obligation to run the nation, and it is my strong conviction that New York will be a complete and total economic and social disaster should Mamdani win. His principles have been tested for over 1,000 years and never once have been successful. I would much rather see a Democrat who has a record of success win than a communist with no experience and a record of complete and total failure. Don't even know Mamdani. He was nothing as an assemblyman, ranked at the bottom of the class, and a mayor of potentially, again, the greatest city in the world. He has no chance to bring it back to the former glory. We must also remember this. A vote for Curtis Sliwa, who looks much better without the beret, is a vote for Mamdani. Whether you personally like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job. He is capable of it. Mamdani is not. Oh, all the way back in the wings did he try to endorse Cuomo. This is wild. He's trying to denigrate Mamdani. Hey, I don't know Mamdani, don't care about Mamdani. I'm not in Chicago, don't give a shit. But I do know the problem is you guys keep calling him a communist and this, that, and the third. Y'all wild. Y'all have nothing on the man. Okay, you have nothing on the man. So this is the day of the voting. This is the day of vote. Wednesday. Okay, or Monday, I'm sorry. So he's dropping all these bombs about energy prices. Please go vote for the Republican X, Y, and Z. Okay. Why would anybody vote for Mikey Sherrill and Abigail Spanberger when they want transgender for everybody? See, that's the thing. We stop caring about that goofy shit. Transgender, gay, illegal immigrants. Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about that. Okay? Nobody cares about that. We want to move our country forward. And all this negative talk, every time you all get in the chat, every time the president gets on the mic, he's talking negative shit. He's never talking positive. He's always talking negative. It's never anything positive. It's always negative. Okay, high crime and the most expensive energy prices almost anywhere in the world. Vote Republican for mass energy cost reduction, large-scale tax cut, and basic common sense. Under President Trump, gasoline will come down to approximately $2 a gallon very soon. With the Democrats, you'll be paying $4 to $5 and $6 gallons, and your electricity and other energy costs will be high. He's spiraling. He's spiraling because he knows he's winning at this time, because this is the Tuesday, right? There he is back at Mohammed Zami. He's still on top of him, talking about him. The Democrats are far more likely to win the midterms in the next presidential election if we don't do the termination of the filibuster, the nuclear option. So he's begging the Republicans to do the nuclear option. Okay? It's possible for impossible for Republicans to get common sense policies done with these crazed Democrat lunatics being able to block everything by withholding their votes. For 3 years, nothing will be passed and Republicans will be blamed. Of course you're going to be blamed because you guys have shitty policy. You don't have any I'm sorry, you all, the Republicans don't have any policies. They don't have any policies. This is wild. Any Jewish person that votes for Zohan Madami is proven self-professed Jew hater. That's crazy. That's wild. It's beautiful to watch. Just delusion. Yeah, he delusional, all right. SNAP benefits, which increased by billions and billions of dollars during crooked Joe Biden's disastrous term in office. Why he keep thinking that food stamps increased under Joe Biden? They increased under Joe Biden because people didn't go to work. People didn't have jobs. People had to quit their job and go home because of COVID. That's wild. That's wild. Food stamps exploded under Biden. That's because of COVID. That's crazy. That's crazy. The unconstitutional redistricting vote in California is a giant scam. No, it's not. We did it the legal way. Gavin Newsom did it the legal way. Texas is the one who did the scam. But now they know. Now they know the Democrats going to wash over their ass like water come next November. Okay? The vote is rigged. The vote is rigged. All mail-in ballots where the Republicans in the state are shut out is under very serious legal and criminal review. This is wild. Democrats gonna run over their ass. If the Republicans keep talking that goofy shit about communists, Marxists, gay, and trans, we done with that goofy shit. We done with the Freebase and Fox News. We done with the goofy shit. We just done with the goofy shit. You know? I don't understand how y'all don't understand. I don't understand how they don't know how to shut the hell up and stop talking about the goofy shit. We are not talking about that. We want to move our country forward. Okay? And the last thing we want to hear is about somebody talking about trans and communists and all kinds of crazy shit. Y'all wild. And they talk about, oh, you Democrats do all the fear mongering, and you Democrats be doing the violent language. Here they are doing the violent and over here caping for rich people. Crazy. Got your cape on for rich people. That's crazy as hell. Yeah, I might learn a whole bunch of shit in 1984 book. Thank you very much. Now, this morning, after they got their ass handed to him, this is the video. Donald Trump that morning got his ass handed. That was Wednesday morning. And
last night it was, not expected to be a victory. It was very Democrat areas, but I don't think it was good for Republicans. I don't think it was good. I'm not sure it was good for anybody. But we had an interesting evening, and we learned a lot. And we're going to talk about that, and I'll say a few remarks, and then after that I'll ask the press to leave. The press has been very, very nice to us the last couple of months. They were great to us in terms of the foreign visits with China, Japan, South Korea, Malaysia, and they were actually terrific. So I want to thank you for that. I'm sure you'll get back to your normal ways soon. But we did a great job over in China. And we've done a great job in turning off wars. We stopped 8 wars. And we have 1 to go, as you probably know, and that'll get stopped also. But we've done a great job. So it's really been an honor to do it. And I did it with many of the people in this room. Every one of you I know, and every one of you I like. I like our leaders. I like everybody. But I thought we'd have a discussion after the press leaves about what last night represented, and what we should do about it, and also about the shutdown and how that relates to last night. I think if you read the pollsters, the shutdown was a big factor, negative for the Republicans, and that was a big factor. And
Negative for the Republicans. That was a big factor for the Republicans. The public blames the Republicans for the shutdown, and rightly so.
They say that I wasn't on the ballot was the biggest factor, but I don't know about that. But I was honored that they said that. And I just want to thank everybody for being here, and a very special thanks to Vice President J.D. Vance, who's doing a terrific job. J.D., thank you very much. As well as the Senate leadership team that has been working very hard, working really, I will tell you, nobody's working any harder representing the American people, including Senator John Thune. John, thank you. Great job. Senator John Barrasso. John, thank you very much. Senator Tom Cotton, wherever you may be. Tom, thank you. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Senator Shelley Moore Capito, who's been very involved. Thank you, Shelley. Senator James Lankford from one of my favorite states.
We got the necessary zombies in here. You just do. That's all.
77 out of 77. I always say.
They get mad when you read facts to them. That's the problem. You get mad when somebody read the facts to you. Okay. Wait a minute. Where's the, let me see. Shit. Oh, I forgot. Oh. Where was I at? Damn it, I hate when I hit the wrong button and then I'm way out of whack with this. Let me see. Hold on. Let me find this page. Go home, real Donald Trump. Let's go find her. Okay. We almost got to it. Excuse me. But he gave a whole bunch of what is it? A whole bunch of shout outs to a whole bunch of people, right? I think somebody be posting on his page. Okay, somebody be posting on his page. So this ain't him, definitely, but you got to comb through his stuff, right? Terminate the filibuster. He said not just for the shutdown, but for everything else. So he wants the Republicans to terminate that shutdown. He asked them to do it first. So they're doing it. They have resisted him so far. They have resisted terminating the filibuster because they feel like the Democrats are going to give in. The Democrats have no reason to give in. You Republicans have to come to the table because you Republicans don't want to give people medical insurance, or you don't want to straighten the medical insurance out because you want to die. You want it to die. They just want the medical to die, and that's the problem. The Democrats don't want the medical to die. Everybody's premiums and everything else are going to go up if they give up. So they not giving up. And so he had to deal with his Republican Party saying to them, okay, saying to them, hey, we need to get rid of the filibuster because they're going to kill us in the midterm. And sure enough, they killed you in the midterms. Okay. Said he was a... Where's that video? I'm looking for the video. So we are where we are after the election, right? Okay, we passed that. Okay, here it was. Okay. Okay, that was it. That was a meeting right there. Okay. So we back at it right here. Hold on. So we right here. Okay. Then he gonna congratulate himself, right? November 5th, 1 year ago, we had one of the greatest presidential victories in history. Yeah, you had a good victory in history because people didn't see how you were until after you got in the office. We tried to tell people before you got into office that he is a shitty human being. He's a shitty human being. And if y'all vote him back in office, you just gonna get an even shittier human being, because that shittier human being is gonna think they got a mandate to get back into the office. Okay? That's why we tried to warn people before he went back into office this time. He was a shitty human being back then. He did all kinds of illegal stuff back then. This time, because everybody put him back into the office, he's going to be even a shittier human being, and he's going to do even more illegal things. Okay? So, this is where we at. We got a shitty human being on our hands who has driven the economy into the toilet. Unfortunately for you, Marback, that's never going to happen because it's in the Constitution. Please read your Constitution, zombie. Because we got a shitty human being on our hands, we got to deal with him how we dealt with him on Tuesday night. So we're looking forward. We're looking forward to next midterms because we got to get rid of him once and for all. And now we are aiming for the Senate. 9 times out of 10, most times, 10 times out of 10, we take back the House. But we're aiming to take back the Senate. Why are we aiming to take back the Senate? Because we have the wind at our back. Now, what they say, independents, Hispanics, black, all of them have turned their back. They going the other way. Okay? He knows he can't be president again. He's just saying something. Like, that don't trigger me, hon. You just sound goofy for putting it up there. Okay, let's see. He said, with the reckless Democratic shutdown, virtually every Democrat in Congress has voted to hold the American people hostage in an effort to extort hundreds of billions of dollars in new spending. Okay? That's wild. So, this is where we at, y'all. 2 days ago, let me see. In 9 months, we lifted over 600,000 Americans off food. Of course you lifted 600,000 Americans off food stamps. You kicked 600,000 off. But then you're going to put them back on because you've been firing all these people. Y'all know this statement right here. You all know this statement ain't true. The United States has the strongest economy. How can you have the strongest economy and you done eliminate millions of jobs? How can you have the strongest economy and you eliminated all of those jobs? Okay? You can't have the strongest economy. Strongest military. It's just too much. You're doing too much. You're not putting America first. You're not taking care of the farmers. You're not taking care of this shutdown has been the starkest reality. It should be the starkest reality for everybody that supports this man. It should be the starkest wake-up call. I don't think I hate Trump. I think he's a shitty human being. And I don't have to hate the shitty human being. He's just a shitty human being. You know, it is what it is. We can't make him be nice. He's just a shitty human being. That's all. And he was a shitty human being before he became the president. Right? So it is what it is. You don't know me, Sharon. So calm down, zombie. Calm down. So, okay. The business forum and the key to the city, a great honor. Okay. Miami. Nuclear weapons than any other country. So, the United States has more nuclear weapons than any other country. My understanding is somebody had more than we had. Right? So, Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening. It's not because they're Christians. It's because of different factions. And I don't know whether it has to do with religion or not. But it is what it is. Okay. What is one of his last polls? One of his last meeting, Chi? Satellite raid and let's go on welfare. I don't even want to hear that garbage. Hold on. We almost done. Pete Navarro is doing an incredible job as senior counselor, and he's one of these goofballs. One of those right-leaning goofballs. Let me see. Says some wild stuff, don't make no sense. Okay, let's see. So he's just doing all kinds of okay, Walmart just announced that prices for a Thanksgiving dinner is now down 25%. Since under sleepy crooked Joe Biden. Huh? Is wait a minute, hold on. Is Walmart offering Thanksgiving dinners? And what does he mean though is down 25%? I don't understand. You know why this was mentioned? The only reason why he mentioned this Walmart thing is somebody told him, I give you a kickback if you mention Walmart in your True Social post. That's the only reason why he would mention something like that. That's wild. That's wild. Obamacare, the reason why Obamacare started to fall apart is because the Republicans took away the individual mandate. Crazy. They took away the individual mandate. That's how Obamacare started to crumble, because they tinkered around the edges. Once they tinkered around the edges, that's when Obamacare lost some of its strength, because the individual mandate was what helped the insurance companies have enough candidates that could help stave off the cost for the pre-conceived or the pre-existing condition people and the chronic condition people. They can only control the cost through the individual mandate. And when they took that away, it was over. Let me see. And the Republicans did that. So the Republicans tried to ruin the individual mandate. They ruined the Obamacare. Yeah, sure did. So he's still talking about that year anniversary, 25% lower Thanksgiving. Don't nobody care about all that. Everybody offering Thanksgiving dinner. That's crazy. He said yesterday the Democrats will terminate the filibuster in the first hour if and when they assume control or power. Republicans have what the Democrats want. We should do it now, and have the greatest 3 years. Well, you hope it'll be the greatest 3 years, because they finna, because if we get in control, we gonna impeach your ass. If they do that, they gonna impeach your ass. That's for sure. Okay, let's see. Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, that's what I want to get to. The Nancy Pelosi, the old and broken political hat who impeached me twice and lost, is finally calling it quits. She illegally made a fortune in the stock market, ripped off the American public. Do you see this garbage right here? And was a disaster for America. I'm glad to see the stench of Nancy Pelosi go. She couldn't stand it. Nobody can stand him. Just say no, terminate the filibuster. The more control Trump, the worse we do. But he wants them to get rid of the filibuster. He wants them to get rid of it. Okay? And that's where we get to today. What's the last thing? Hold on. Listen to this right here. I have asked the DOJ to immediately begin an investigation into the meatpacking companies who are driving up the price of beef through illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. Now, Donald Trump know full well that the reason why we having problems with the beef is because he bought all that beef from Argentina. Or he's finna buy all the beef from Argentina, letting the cattle ranchers go fly. That's wild. Now he trying to blame it on somebody else. He trying to blame it on the ranchers. What did he say? I have asked the DOJ to immediately begin an investigation into the meatpacking companies. The meatpacking, he blaming the meatpacking companies who are driving up the price of beef through illicit collusion, price fixing, and price manipulation. We will always protect our American ranchers, and they are being banned for what is being done by majority foreign-owned beef meat packers who artificially inflate prices and jeopardize the security of our national food chain. Action must be taken immediately to protect consumers, combat illegal monopolies, and ensure that these corporations are not criminally profiting at the expense of the American people. I am asking the DOJ to act expeditiously. Thank you for your attention. That's the last thing that he posted. He posted that at 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Right? So this is where Donald Trump is at. This is where Donald Trump is at. He ain't took no accountability for the shit that he's done. He has taken no accountability for the shit that he has done. Okay? He ain't took no accountability. He blamed the Republicans. He blamed the Republicans for the shellacking or that ass whooping that they got on Tuesday. He ain't took no accountability for none of his tariffs. He ain't took no accountability for none of the tariffs. Nothing. Okay? There you go. You see that? He only want you to have that RX, Trump RX, nobody else's healthcare. It's a scam, y'all. That's the scam. That's the ongoing legacy. He just so bold with it. He just so bold with the corruption. I can't stand it. He just straight up say, hey, buy my shit. And he put that Wegovy and that fat weight loss drug under his shit at a cheap price. So you know everybody gonna go over there and get that cheap fat drug, right? That's wild. He didn't reduce the only thing that's under him is that fat drug. He got that Ozempic thing under his thing cheap under there. He said, all you Medicaid, you public aid people, you food stamp people, you can come over there and get the Ozempic drug for $50. You can come over there and get the shot for $50 if you got the medical card. That's what he said today. So they're going to run their ass over there and get on his damn thing. Right? Get on his plan, on his Trump RX. He said, when it's going to be up? It's going to be up in February. Hey, it's a good thing. Hey, take your fat ass over there and do what you got to do. Take your ass over there and lose. Hey, he giving the drug away for cheap. Y'all going over there and get that drug. Hell yeah. Hopefully, if regular, normal, everyday working people, hopefully they can afford it. If he sells it, of course he sells pardons. He sells pardons like candy. What you mean? He's the most corrupt president ever. and he's a shitty human being. It just all is what it is, right? We accepted that that's what it is, and we got to live with it. Hey, at least you know up front. At least you know what the hell he is up front. It ain't no joke. Like the first time he ran for president, we didn't know what he was. We only figured out what he was in the middle of his presidency. That's when we figured out what he was, right? And then he was shitty at the end of his presidency. Then he counted on everybody forgetting what type of human being he was. Wait a minute, what is that? Trump doesn't have an interest in any medical company. He is forcing drug companies to sell drugs here for the price they sell overseas. What is Trump RX, Mickey? What is Trump RX? What's that company? What's the company? Because you said Trump doesn't have an interest in any medical company. What is Trump RX then? He said today Trump RX will be up and running come February, so that you can go to my website. He said you can go to my site and then get the drug. So what is Trump RX, Mickey? You're dumb, John Bain. Nobody said anything about race. Nobody except your dumb ass coming in the chat saying something about race. He told us today, go over to my website. My website will be up and running come February, and you can buy cheap drugs. If you're on public aid, it'll cost you $50. If you're a regular person, it'll cost you $150 or $250 or whatever it costs you to go over there and get the Wegovy and the Ozempic. And then that damn what's his name? That JFK got on there talking about the same thing. Y'all can come over there. We wanna control obesity. We want to control fat people. So why don't y'all come over there with y'all public aid card and get the shot for $50 on my website? So John Bain, what the hell are you talking about? No, I'm sorry, not John Bain. Mickey P. What the hell are you talking about? He ain't got no interest. He got plenty of interest. He got plenty of interest, okay? And Tony, you a lie, because they never said nothing about no Democrat or no Republican. You a lie. And where that money go? Where that money go, Tony? Where that Doge money go? Where did it go? Y'all just be talking. Y'all just be talking. Don't be saying nothing that make no sense. Just be talking for no reason. Even Democratic donors ditch the Democratic Party. Are you dumb? Did you look at the results on Tuesday night, Tony Tigris? You just be talking. So people got to go over to his website, his brand new medical company. You can get the drug, the Ozempic, the fat drug. You can get it through his website. So he going to get a kickback of the money. He going to definitely get a kickback of the money. And then they going to send you the shot. And you can get the shot and lose weight. Okay. So it's wild. Hell yeah. Now they only got to pay $150 a month, Black America. I think it's $150 a month now. So you never know what's going on. All I know is I heard him say TrumpRx.com is going to be up and running next month. In February. That's what I heard. And then some man fell out in the damn meeting. Some man fell down and he fainted in the meeting. That's wild. And you still got goofies supporting a rich man who scams them out of their money. Scams them every chance he can get. Just because he's the president don't mean he's not a scammer. He's a scammer. And he scammed most people who voted for him. He's a scammer. And the last thing I want to do is cape for a rich person. But that's True Social. That's what he's been having on his mind all week long. is how to get X, Y, and Z. He didn't take no accountability for the losses this week. He didn't take no accountability for sending that money to Argentina and then buying beef from Argentina, thereby undercutting our cattle ranchers. He ain't taking no accountability for none of that. He knew Erica Kirk before she married freaking Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was just a cog in the wheel. That's all that he was. That's all he was. You could just look at his True Social posts and find out what he think. Did he say, I'm sorry in anything? Did he say, I'm sorry with anybody? Did he say anything to anybody? He never said a thing to nobody. And the only thing he can say is communist, socialist, leftist, Marxist. That's all they got. Is all this negative stuff. Okay. No, that's why people voted the way they voted on Tuesday. Because they tired of hearing this trans and this gay and this you against this and we against that and we don't like this and we don't like that. We trying to move our country forward. Okay? We trying to move our country forward. So anyway, you know I'm finna get off here because I can't be doing this kind of talking. I can't be doing this kind of talking all night long. It is what it is. Let's move forward with our country. Try to figure. Oh, I meant to tell y'all, start commenting, leaving comments. I need you to leave comments about what else you want to hear in the show, what I didn't say in the show, what we can do better with we can engage the maggots a little bit more, maggots or maggots or the MAGAs, how we can engage each other better. Okay. Instead of having all this vitriol, start leaving some comments if you can about X, Y, and Z. Please hit the like button. Let's get some subscribes, some shares. Let's do all that good stuff. Tomorrow I'll be back at 12 o'clock. I definitely gonna sleep for 12 hours. I'll probably get up at 11, take a shower, get my ass up, and then we moving, y'all. So I will see you all tomorrow. My Trump never stopped. He never stopped making money. He never stopped making money, even though he was supposed to when he got the job as a president. He never stopped making money. He just never did. Because this time it's about him making money. This time it's about taking everybody's money that he can and leaving as much legacy as he can. Because I don't think he's going to make it through all 4 years of his presidency. I just don't think he's going to make it through. That's just me personally. He just he going to be trying to get money quickly. He trying to build a legacy for his children, his grandchildren, so he can get money for them. This is what he's doing, and it is what it is. Y'all hit the like button and the share button, and I see y'all tomorrow around 12.